Hello from Little Creek Bee Ranch, part 2, wax pressing, man. So we covered just previously kind of all the tools and the basic process. So now we're on to the meat of the matter. 182. That's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. So I'm going to set my cover back behind me, and that will bleed off some surface heat. And I will kind of roll it down. Okay, here we go. So you saw me wipe the cup with oil. You can't have too much oil, it's canola oil. Alright, let me make sure that we're seeing good. This is the only place I could kind of set the camera up. Not bad, kind of cool. And we'll experiment, we'll do several different videos of this in the summertime. Okay, so here we go. It's hotter than I want, okay? So here's my goal, 177, 76. I wanted about 150 actually, but I want to heat the plates up, okay? So I just want to get these plates warmed up. So I'm going to scoop up about, 3/4 of a cup. Not full, 3/4. Now look, if you're not careful, you just drag this stuff over here and you just spill it everywhere and make a mess. You don't want to do that. I'm going to let it drip off, and I'm going to pour kind of in a linear pattern, just zigzag, just kind of like that. And you don't want to slam it, you just want to ease it down. You hold on to it and ease it down and give it a gentle push, and it'll all squirt out here in the bottom. Well, the excess will. Not all, just the excess. Okay, so it's been well over a year since I last pressed. So let's see how we do. Okay, so there's my cup. Drip. Pour. And again, I'm just wanting to heat. Ooh. Now that wasn't good. And anything extra goes back in. And I'm going to press it. I already see a problem. Okay. Okay, so you used to, I was doing this on the other side of the table, but the light is awkward. So my level is off. It wants to run the opposite way. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I just use a stick. This is not, look, this is not rocket science. I don't want to, come on, Kendall. I don't want to put this thing on a, bolt it down on a table. I'm not after bolting it down. You can if you want. I'm not. It's messy. So I kind of want it portable. And it's time for me to really work the day and clean it up. You know, there's just lots of oil everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to scrape the face. And the wax just pops right off because we had oiled it. Not a problem. You'll get in a rhythm. It's like getting started, just like pancakes or divinity. That's how I always relate it to, is making divinity candy. It's all fickle, temperature, humidity, you know, all that stuff. But we're just, it's going to take me, it's going to take me several times. We just don't know how many. Isn't a slow process, but it is very cool. You know, being independent and pulling out your own foundation, or pressing your own foundation. You just have to kind of be fastidious about the mess. It will get worse on you if you don't. Like I said, it's time for me to clean. Okay. I'm sensitive to the temperature of the pot, 172. I've turned it down. Now the light on the roaster oven's off. I really want to work it down to 150, but I got to keep on melting. There's some still solid stuff on the bottom. Got to get my plates hot. And then once you've balanced all this out, it's like pour, press, cut, stack, scrape open, pour it over here, oil, pour, press. It's just like boom, 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 boom. That's okay. You know, that's cool. Okay, so we've waited a little while. I've learned not to rush it. When wax is hot, it's a pale yellowish white. As it gets colder, I don't know if you can tell, if it gets colder, it turns more yellow. So I tell by the temperature, I tell by the color, color, what my temperature might be. So I'm going to give it a pop. Oh, I can feel it. Nope. Not coming up. Yeah, see that? Yeah. So, okay. Oh, yeah, this is like... Okay, so now what? Okay, here comes the loud noise. Air. Goes back in. And you can't use your, scraper and scrape it. Ooh. Ooh, look at that, man. That's not what we want. Fickle. Ooh, hey, here comes a whole sheet. We're letting the air now. You look at that and go, boy, I could use that. Well, you maybe could. But we're after one good, clean, long sheet of wax. Okay? It will get there. You get to see the process. It's very much a process. Excuse me. Now, if you're genteel, you can do it. See that? To be genteel. Actually, European beekeepers, this is very common. They're like wax pressing pros, man. It's just part of their repertoire, man. Okay, so we're back to oiling the panel again. Okay. Let's see if we can get an even sheet. I don't know. I saw something I didn't like. So let's see if we're going to press. Oh. And sometimes the oil wants to ride up on top of the little points of the mold. So you do have to brush it around a while. And you'll pick little bits and pieces off. Again, it's not, I like this. To me, it's relaxing. Once you get over the hurdle of the temperatures, you want... let's see. Okay, let's see if I can do this again. Alright. Dip the wax, take some out because I had too much last time. Let it drain off, start in the back, pour it gently. One line, two lines, and I can tell the wax is more balanced. And I'll give it all liberal, and I'll gently press. I think it's going to be a better sheet. And when it's not level, then it's screwed up. It just doesn't work well. So now see the cup, if you notice, the cup is building up with wax. That's a second layer. I may get 4 or 5 more pours with it before I have to address it. What I do is just oil a spot and just set it down. It's fine. You just scrape my face of my mold. Ooh. Should come off. And you can periodically wipe oil back on there for the next time. We're not in a hurry. If I get in too much of a hurry, it just tears sheets. So we're trying to get these temperatures now. It's warm, it's just barely warm in the bottom. So it's warming up. Okay, so now 165, that's pretty good. Getting down there, that's good. 165. Like that. Oh, you know, I think it's worth doing. It depends upon how many colonies you have. Now, if you're really thinking, you could have a little side business, just pouring up, you know, foundation. If you want to sell your foundation, I don't know. I wouldn't go much below a couple of dollars a sheet because it's all handwork, you know. Or you go ahead and assemble frames in boxes and fill out the frames with foundation for people, you know, to sell. And the thinking is people, they just don't have lots of time for this. They need a box and they need foundation. They just soon come pay you for the frame, and if you pushed it, you could end up having a nice little side business. A frame assembled with wax in it that you've pressed. I don't know that I would go much below $5. All that handwork, you have given all that handwork. I'm just cleaning off the top of it. Oh, it's up to you, you know. But if you put your thinking, put your old brain to work, you'll come up with, hey, that might be a clever idea, you know. A lot doing a little adds up. A lot doing a little. Okay. Messing with that. It's dirty. See, it's like I said, it's time for me to really get to cleaning that off. Okay, let's see what we got here. Heaven's sakes, man. What's that look like from your end? Yeah. I don't know. We'll film again. Try different angles. Oh no, darn, nope. Okay, there's a, ooh man, okay, I'm gonna go back down. It's gonna rest open. I need some more weight. I don't want the door, you know, falling like all the way backwards. So, back over. That didn't work. That didn't work. I need some weight. Yeah, I don't have it. Oh, I might right there. I might. Just extra weight. That's all I'm after. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so now this is unique. This happens from time to time. The sheet's supposed to be down here. But it's up there. Okay, here comes the noise. Now, as I cool it, it's going to constrict and want to come off this mold just a little bit, just enough that it's already loose. See that? So what I can do is a little awkward for me because I'm not used to this position. Just carefully working down. You'll see that release. So you'll feel it release. It won't be perfect, you know. We're not looking for perfect. So I'll let it sit there. Assess my mold. I'll take off bits and pieces. Okay. There it is. Put some more. Okay, now I want it to stay on the bottom. That's what I'm after. We're getting there. See, it's just like making pancakes. The first 2 or 3 are like, what the heck? Okay, so more oil up on top. Yeah. And this is very much a momentum thing. Once you kind of got the temperatures right and they're coming off good, you don't want to stop this and go do something else. You got the momentum going and you need to capitalize on that. Okay, so that's sheet's cooling over here. It's already cool. I can feel it. Not a problem. Okay, so I'm going to pour. Ooh, look at it. Let it drip. Do a couple of nice linear lines. We don't touch the cup down. Ooh. Yeah, a little more is better than less. Let it push out. It will kind of start to turn solid pretty quick, so you don't want to mess around. Okay. Okay, so as that sets up, I'm over here. And I'm going to take, I don't know if you can see this, it has an edge. It has an edge that's kind of wonky. And I can pick that off. If I kind of have a edge of the mold, I will just run it, just that little tiny ribbon to clean up that edge. Now bees, you got to understand, bees work on a pattern. They work on a pattern principle. So whatever pattern you give them, they're going to carry that out, even if it's weird comb or whatever. They get to decide. So I take my brood board and line it up flush towards my tummy on the edge of the wax. And I'm going to angle this about 45 degrees so it doesn't want to run, you know. Just pressing down with my left hand, angling and running down like that. Okay, that is, I'm just going to put it back in the pot. That's okay. Board is clean. Goes to the side. I carry this sheet. And that's pretty cool. It's cooled off. They'll be hotter because we'll get faster here. See, I'm behind you now. So let me do this. I will take the tripod. I'm going to turn you just so you know what's going on behind. That's what I'm doing behind. So the sheet goes down on top of a piece of wax paper, and then these are all the wax papers from previously. Others, I just lay a wax paper down. Have a tick sheet, and I just mark, you know, how many I have, and I go off to the next one. So I'm going to turn you back around. See if I can get you lined up. I hope this will be a good video. We'll see. Okay, so hive tool, scrape the face, get that excess wax off there. I hope somebody's going, this is so cool. And pop it. Let's see how we do. Oh yeah, and that's what we're after. Okay, it's pale yellow. It's almost a pale white. So I'm going to cool it. I feel with my hand. You can do this. You can use your gun. 114, 115. The top plate is 109. See the difference in temperature? 108, 116. Okay, now we're getting there. We're getting this difference in temperatures, which allows it to release nicely. Got to blow it. I'm looking for this corner to come up first. I can also put it right down on the corner. Of course it doesn't want to come up, does it? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. This is the fickleness of this. Just barely an edge. Just get you a little edge going. It's okay. There you go. Using air to slide up underneath it. We don't want to take it and pull, it will just crack it. Okay, I know my wax, and this is a pretty thin sheet. I don't want to be so thin, and that means I'm pressing too quick and too hard, so I need to be more liberal on the matrix or on the mold. So I'm going to let that cool, and that will work. It's just not the best. Okay, so I feel the bottom. The bottom's getting warm. That was just three pours. That was the third pour. First one was the bad one. That was the dog pancake. I oil the face again. Okay, now I'm more sensitive about oil up here because we want the top coming off easily. Oh, if you like messing with hot wax and arts and crafts stuff, then you'll like this, but some people don't want to do it. That's okay. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, I want lots of oil. Okay, so watch this. Now I know I'm reading my wax and it just looks a little thin to me, thinner than I want. So I'm going to dip. I want to see my temperature over here. Temperature of the pot's 159. That's pretty good. Temperature of the top plate's 89. Bottom plate is 101. So remember those numbers. Okay, about 2/3 of a cup. Nice, good, liberal line. Okay, now watch this. So nice liberal line. Yeah, lots of wax. Well, a lot come out. That's okay. Not so hard of a push. Not so hard of a push. I'll be kind of gentle. Not too terrible hard. Be extra coming out here. You want to see extra coming out all the way across. Spilling over across. We don't want a super thin sheet. I don't. I want some sturdiness to it. Okay, so over here, I'm back to the edges. The outside edges have just an awkward little strip from the crevice of the mold. So I want to go ahead and roll that off. And it tossed it into the overflow can. And, oh, right along there. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so the sides are cleaned up. And then I'm going to go to the bottom, square it up. And then I'm going to go right there. Okay, so that was my mold board or pattern board, whatever. I just take those pieces, and now what you can do is rather than this just build up on you, you can take your hand and get some of those loose chunks. Now there's some that's stuck to the pan, and we won't fight with it right now. Now remember, this is setting up. That's okay. Oh, there's a piece that's kind of kicked up there. That's okay. Okay, so I do want to come right back to the face and scrape off the face. It should come off easily. As soon as I scrape it, I'll put some oil back down on it. You don't want to forget your oil. Oil is your release agent. It should come off nice and easy. Okay, so there's a sheet. It's going to go behind you like I showed you a second ago. It goes down. Wax paper goes on. Make sure I make my tick mark, you know. I always try to do more than I necessarily need, you know, as far as pressing. Have extras. Sometimes they'll crack or split. You don't really want to put that in, you know. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. You feel it just kind of pop right off the top of the sheet. Okay, now I'm looking at it. Very good, much better. Looks thicker. It's still kind of a real light pale yellow because it's warm. So here's my temperatures again. 118, 117, top panel, 110, 109. The pot is 154. That's pretty good. Like those numbers, that's pretty good. Okay, here comes the loud part. Now I see the back corner is loose, so the air is diving underneath it. I'm going to pump it, and it just kind of squirt itself right underneath the wax. Yeah. There it is. There it is. There it is. Just let the air do the work for you. You'll feel the warmth. You'll feel the warmth of the panels. Okay, so that's cooling again. Here we are. We're cooling again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and oil the bottom again. Ooh, not bad. Only the first one turned out bad. Hey, that's pretty good, man. Sometimes it's like 5 or 6. Like, oh, patience. Got to be patient. Doesn't do so good in cold temperatures. The ambient temperature in the room matters. I don't know, it's maybe 60 degrees or 65 in here. Okay. A little more oil up top. A little bit more liberal. Getting the idea, you know, you just, I guess this is a part of beekeeping a lot of people don't get to see, which I understand, you know. I don't care to try to make my own mold, you know, I guess you could if you wanted to. I'm personally not interested in doing it. Now there is one like this that's a water-cooled one. They got water, little water hose that goes in and comes out the top. I don't care to use that kind. I don't want to deal with water hoses. It'd be just an air thing. Okay, temperature of the plates. Bottom one is 105. Well, sorry, 104. Top one is 91. The wax 160. That's okay. I like that. I'll take those numbers. Okay, here we go again. Oh, about 2/3. Another good linear line. 1 line. 2 lines. 3 lines. Be liberal. There we go. Oh. Okay. Press it out gently. Excess goes in here. It's all right. Okay, now you see the cup. The cup is kind of building up on the rim right there. What I can do is just take my little spatula and slice that off, and then kind of give it a little valley right in there so it will pour right out that spigot again. You know, you're just making a little pour spout. Not a problem. Scrape off the wax. Okay. Now we're pressed down. We're going to go for the sides. Just trim the sides up. Clean the sides up. Oh. And you'll have little tailings, you know, it's just kind of clean as you go. I try to be as neat as I can. Okay, here comes the board. Just line it up on the back side, angle the Pizza roller, press down, angle, there it is, not hard, very simple. Pop it, goes right back in. I can push there's solids floating. I want the liquid stuff back here, and the solids need to stay. So the liquid's back here, the solids need to stay out of my way. Right, okay, look at that. Ooh, look. Pretty cool, I think. Pretty cool. You know, I don't know how you can see the thickness. I don't know if you can see the thickness. I don't think the bees are going to go, hey, wait a minute, that's not from Daedant. I'm not using that one. They'll go, cool, look at the wax, man. Yeah, very nice. Yep. Okay, putting it in my stack with wax paper down, another tick mark. I already had 3 sheets already down in the pile, so I'm at a total of 6 right now, which is good. I want to do, maybe 15 or more. Okay, here goes the oil down. I need to top off my little cup. It's just canola oil, nothing special. There you go. Okay, scrape my face. Oh. Just kind of hold it. Don't want it to run on me or slide or run. Okay, cool. Like that. Now something you can do is, I see an edge in here. Oh, there it is. That's nice. Oh, so this whole thing wants to come up. See, you can do this periodically. There goes a piece of solid. A piece of solid. And we're not, you know, we don't want to make a mess. We just want to get it rotated back into the system. It's just in the pan. It's, you know, not a deal. Now, if you're watching this and you're going, okay, that's pretty cool, man, I got to do this. That's good, but let me give you some advice here. In America, American beekeepers typically use what we call wax mills, like the chamois rollers at the car wash. Then the rollers have hexagon patterns on it. Wax mill. That's a whole different system. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not trying to tell you not to do it. It's just the wax mills are real expensive, like $2,500. Yikes! The Latvia Press coming to me out of the country, Latvia. Took 30 days to get here, but it was only $450. And man, it's like paid for itself multiple times. Pop, there it is. So, you know, us American beekeepers, we're kind of late to the game, it seems anyway. Okay, so I feel the heat coming off of this. Yep, that's pretty hot in the bottom. It don't take very long. You get 5 or 6 going, it's hot on the bottom. So I'm shooting the temperature. 115 on the bottom plate. 107, 106 on the top plate. My wax is 167. Okay, so those are temperatures that you're going to monitor, all right? You're going to monitor those temperatures. And if you know watching the video, watch me go through a whole series, you'll get the numbers. You'll get the numbers down. Okay, here comes the loud part, cooling the wax off. Now as I'm doing this, I'm watching it change color. It's getting a little darker. And I'll see one corner, it will kind of pop because it's drawing up and it's releasing from the mold. There it is. It just released over here close to me. And what you don't want to do is use your left hand and come up. I'm just supporting it to get air under. This is a very tactile kind of feel thing. You'll learn how to do it. There it is. And when it finally releases, you'll feel it just pop just a little bit. You'll feel it come off. Now see, the bottom is kind of weird. That's okay, because we're going to cut it off. It's like we're not really freaked out about that. We're not worried about that. So let it cool. Back to the oil again. Between the two panels, I want the top panel to have more oil than the bottom. So this is probably enough oil. And you do have to spread it around. It gets kind of coagulated on top of the little hexagons and stuff. So you gotta spread it around. Okay, so the top panel. A little more liberal. I'll run it back and forth, up and down. Run the top of the face again. Just try to be as neat as you can. This is a temperature sensitive thing. Ambient temperature, wax temperature, plate temperature, temperature sensitive. You'll get used to the numbers and the temperatures. Some days are better than others, just like divinity, making divinity. Okay, that's cooling. Here comes my pour. Ooh, yeah, 2/3 again. 2/3 is good. That gives me a liberal amount. I'll end up with excess in the overflow pan, which is okay. Get it evenly poured. Okay. Yeah, that's the key, I think, is evenly poured across the matrix, across the panel. The official name is matrix. I just call it a panel, whatever. Set it down. Now, the wax cup is getting a little heavy, and it gets oily on the handle because your hands will have a lot of oils on it. It's okay. Okay, so that's cooling. That's pot's okay. I'm going to trim off the edges, the wacky wax on the edges. You'll get now. See, I'm teaching, so I'm not going as fast as I normally would. I don't know. Maybe press 25 in an hour or something like that, if all the temperatures are right. Okay, so there's our sheet. Oh no, sorry, we didn't trim off the bottom. Come on, Kendall. Okay, I don't want to knock off. All right, there we go. You know, perfect. The bees are not after perfection. What they're going to do, actually, they're going to freak you out, because when you put this in and you're so proud of your wax, they're going to harvest stuff. They're going to typically, we do fishing line X's, and they'll get on the fishing line and hang on, and they'll eat wax. And they're just moving wax around. So don't panic and freak out. There's nothing wrong. They're just moving furniture. That's what they do. They'll move furniture around. Okay. Right. On the board, putting down a piece of wax paper. Cool. Let's see if I can get a different angle, better angle. I don't know. Let's see if maybe that angle. But now, gonna move some boxes and stuff. So just hang tough. Just kind of tight the space. Okay, that looks pretty cool. That'd be a cool shot. A little bit different angle. Okay, so back to scraping the face. Okay, now the wax pot is putting off heat, and we're just here in the garage / shop / carpentry room. It's called the slasher room. It's just the shop, and it's hot already. So the pot is 156. I like that. I'm gonna pop it. Oh, off, because the heat settled in. Very good. A light pale yellow. Here comes the noise. I'm running out of air. Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. Okay, so I'm out of air on the tank, so we're going to come to a work stoppage here because I don't want to run the big compressor while we're doing this. Okay, so let me go back to oiling. This is cooling. I'm going to oil this. Oh, that's probably too much. That's all right. At the top face. Okay, 41 minutes. All right. Yeah, I think this is very worth doing. It's just fickle. And it's very much a temperature thing and a momentum thing, kind of a tactile feel kind of thing. If you're an artsy, craftsy kind of person, oh, you're going to be in heaven messing with hot wax and making pretty coal or pretty foundation or selling it or whatever. You know, my focus, my purpose is creating my own foundation and putting some good foundation out there. That's my primary mission. And teaching, of course, you know. Okay, ta-da. All right, see, here we go. Panel, lower panel, 104. Top panel, 93. Pot, 153. Very good, I like those numbers. You can pinch the spout, give yourself a little spout again. Going for 2/3, there we go. Well, yeah. All right, my pour spout is getting thick. Pour cup. Okay, push it. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. That's fair enough. Okay, so I'm gonna have to work that off, but I'm out of air. All right, take off the sides. Boom. Take off the sides. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Okay. Here comes the final trim. Yeah, that's it. Nice, very nice. Ooh, there's something just very nice about making your own foundation. I don't know, I like that. Particularly when they're nice sheets, really good sheets. And if you don't like it, you know, it's like, oh, I think that's screwed up. You just crumple it up and put it back in the pot. You know? Oops. Yeah, little hexagons. And it's looks thicker than what you probably get in the commercial market. You know, it's not, I'm not after perfection. Efficiency. Yeah, after efficiency. Very nice. I like that. And when I carry it, it's hot, you know, so I'll hold it vertical. I don't want to hold it. See how it will bend and break? I'll just hold it like this and carry it over to my stack. Okay. There we go. One more tick mark. Okay. All right. Now I'm at a stopping point because I'm out of air and I don't want to run the big giant air compressor here. It's just so super loud. So I'm going to call it a temporary quit. I do have to do this though. I'm going to take that off. Okay, that's off. And to keep the heat going in my pot, I'm looking at the top surface of the wax and we're getting that kind of solid film again. 154. So again, 150 is kind of a key number, and I'm just going to keep the warmth in there. I'm going to pop this. Now, I have a problem because I'm out of air. Let's see if I can gently get underneath. There it is. Just kind of slide it along. Ooh, hey. That's nice. Hey, that's pretty cool. You only go, well, look at that, man. Using a spatula and just gently. Hey. Now, see, you'd think that I would have done this before. Nope. You're seeing this for the first time. This is pretty slick. Just a nice, gentle push. Hey, man. I like that. Look at that. Just not forcing it. The wax is hotter in my hands because I'm not using the air. And I'm just gently. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's very cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm just pushing. It's releasing because of the heat and the oil. Nice. Look at that. All I did was just gently push underneath. Very nice. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, it's hotter than normal, which is cool. It's on a cold metal surface, so it'll cool. Very nice. I like that. You got to see something new. Okay. Ooh, let's see. 112. Bottom plate's 112. Top one's 99. So it's kind of hot. We're going to take a break and let it cool down. I want those temperatures coming down. I prefer this like 90 and maybe this 65 or 70, something like that. So a little hot. It's okay. I'll go ahead and trim. I'll trim this. That worked out good. Ooh, that didn't work very good. I bumped the tripod. Sorry. Hey, we're almost done. Okay, here we go. Ta-da. Okay. That's it. All right, cool, man. You know, just lift it up, put it in. I'll let that cool. This goes back behind you, back in the tally on the stack. If I don't hit the tripod, swing it around, yeah. Make my tick mark. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Okay, so you got to see a little bit of Waxworks. We'll do some more. You'll see some stuff live feed on Facebook. We're going to do a lot more Waxworks. If you like what we do, man, give us a thumbs up. Hit subscribe. We're trying to get our subscriber numbers up. If you are interested in more of what we do in sustainable beekeeping, you might look at littlecreekbeeranch.com and go to the Personal Advisor Program. That's where the good stuff is. We teach privately all across the country. Yes, we can teach people in other states. Bees don't know state lines or county borders. They operate by bee principles. So we have students in Texas and Oklahoma and Louisiana, Connecticut, all around. If you're serious and want to learn, look at the Personal Advisor Program. There's a lot there, and I think we've created a pretty darn good program. It's a subscription service. That's pretty cool. $29.95. It's cheap for everything that we give. A truckload of value for what we teach, we think. Students like it. You can check that out. But we're going to come right back here in a little bit and do some more Waxworks. You also might look at the ebook library. We've written a PDF ebook on Waxworks because there's just a lot there to learn about wax and wax management. So you can look at the Waxworks ebook. That's a $40 ebook. Anyway, got a truckload to offer you at the website. A lot to learn. A lot of cool stuff. If you got questions, shoot us an email, text us. You can reach us. Information's on the website. Have an awesome day. Hope you learned tons. Check you later.